Hi, my name is Erin. I'm the founder of Whisper to God, and today I'm going to tell you about the day I saw heaven. My mom passed away from cancer when I was very young. It was a quick bout with cancer. She had it for 6 months. She had lymphoma, and it was just me and her. I was 13 years old, and we lived together, and she was my best friend. She was my everything. And watching her go through cancer and then dying was one of the most traumatic events of my life. Devastating to me. As a young girl who just loved their mother so much, she was everything to me. Such a beautiful soul and woman. But I did not grow up in a religious household. I didn't know anything about God. No one talked to me about God when I was young. It just was not a presence in my life. And after she passed away, I was really in a lot of pain. And I was 13, and I was going through teenage years and moved across the country to be with my father after my mother had passed. And I was so angry and so sad and did not want to live anymore. There was a time where I tried to not live anymore, tried to take my own life. And it was by the grace of God that I realize now I was saved. But when I was going through this really horrible time in my life, my father took me to this lucid dreaming center. And it was this was in California, and this was very kind of fringe therapy. I was put in, and this was a while ago, obviously. I'm older now. But I was put into kind of a sensory deprivation room in a chair in the dark. I was, 14 years old at the time, and they put goggles on me and kind of put me into this trance in this room. I went through a wormhole and went through this tunnel of light in this moment, and was sucked through this tunnel of light and ended up in what looked like and what I now know to be heaven. It was so beautiful. It was filled with light. It was just all made of light. And my mother was standing there. And when I was watching her dying, she lost all of her hair. She was unrecognizable to me at the time. But in this moment, in heaven, she had this her long, flowing, beautiful hair again. And I was standing in front of her, and I was begging her not to go back. And I started crying, and she put her hands under my tears and caught them, and they turned into diamonds. And it was the most profound moment. And I said, "Can I please stay?" And she said, "No, you have work to do there. You have work to do back home." So I was sucked back through this wormhole, vortex, whatever it was. I came to in this chair. It was just the most profound, life-changing moment for me. And after that moment, I started my relationship with God. And my relationship with prayer. And I've subsequently learned that in scripture, devotional scripture, not necessarily Psalms in the Bible, but in devotional scripture, there's a saying that says, "Your tears turn to diamonds in his nail-scarred hands." And I never knew anything about, like I said, I never had been to church. I never knew anything about heaven. I've never read a word of scripture at the time. Your tears will turn into diamonds in his nail-scarred hands, referring to tears turning into diamonds in Jesus' hands in heaven. is just, I mean, how can there be any more proof than that? So every day, I devote my life to speaking to God and talking to Jesus and talking to my mother and to my guardian angels and reaching out to heaven, because I know that it is real. And that is why I created this. And that is why I'm starting Whisper to God. And I look forward to going on this journey with you. Thank you.